It's time for our guest fusion interview with DJ DLIFE.
And show you how it was.
My favorite bar is Brooklyn, Queens, Bronx, Manhattan,
Alright, so we're here at the Soul Plage.
We're going to talk about anything.
Oh yes, Ocho Rios. Yeah, the man from Jamaica. They're poetry.
And everything.
All right, folks, we're here with the man himself, the one and only. Welcome to another edition of Fusion. Let me get my manners straight first. Let me organize my manners first. Welcome to another edition of Fusion, ladies and gentlemen, with yours truly, DLIFE. All right, it is another Friday, and all you know what it is. We just bring the guests on them. We just bring them. This gentleman here, we've been trying to get him for a minute here to get him on this show, but he has a busy schedule, and you know why. All right, the man is the reigning ultimate soca champion. All right, he goes by the name of Blaka Dan, represents the beautiful island, Spice Island of Grenada, with a little piece of Trini. With a piece of Trini in it, right?
Mad.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Fusion, the man himself, Blaka Dan. What's going on, brother?
Bamba dam, oi! Enough blessings, enough energy, good vibes, bro. You know, it's been a minute, but you know how to come through. Good vibes, bro.
Yeah, man. Well, first of all, congratulations. Congratulations on the win.
Thanks, man. Blessings. Literally.
How has life been for you since that win was? What has life been for you?
Well, other than hectic, you know, and trying to get everything off the ground that, you know, I had intentions on doing and things that I spoke into existence. Other than that, you know, I would say it has been an eye-opener in regards to the professionalism that this genre comes with, like when you reach at a certain level. You know, I must say that, you know, the new peers I was introduced to, those that really and truly have my back, those that, you know, you meet people in the industry that's not genuine a lot of the times, but I've been very fortunate to have a lot of people that genuinely support me, you know, and love what I do, love the type of music I sing, love the my work ethic, and you know, I've been more than fortunate to have that in my corner, you know, during this blessed era of my life, you know. I still working hard, you know, the work never stop. I have no intention of moving anyway around anytime, you know. I keeping it where it's at and, you know, keeping the energy going.
No, apart from, you know, I mean, this is your first major title, I'm assuming, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And well, I win title hunting in Grenada already.
Right. But on an international scale, this is it here. Now,
yeah, this is
that's some big shoes, you know. That's some big shoes, you know, brother.
well, it's something I work my whole life for, you know, and now that it's here, I think it's my size, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's my size because
I like that.
yeah. I really think I'm one of the greats, you know. The way how I write music, the way how I touch people with the style of music I write, you know, I set aside myself from everybody else, and you know, I have a lane that I intend to walk on, you know, and fulfill, because there's a demographic of people that really gravitate to my music that hasn't been fed that style of music probably since Rashot, you know, and you know, the music has taken a turn to where it's just all about the party and so on, and I just want to bring real life situations. I want to speak to persons internally, you know, more so than just surface wise, you know, and I stick it to that because like it have a lot of other things, you know. So yeah, so
No.
I think once I stick to what I do and not get sidetracked or just blinded by the industry, once I stick at what I do, I have a lot of them much more pairs of shoes together.
The way how, because your story is you moved from Grenada at a young age with your mom to move to Trinidad, right? Um, Whatever the circumstances was, but you made that move, that relocation to Trinidad. And within that relocation now, you kind of like you develop, and you basically grew up in Trinidad, right? But never strayed on your Grenadian roots. And one of the things that I admired about you, I told you this when we were talking, is the fact that when you win, you make sure you acknowledge Grenada, you make sure. And I told you, I said, brother, the reception that Grenada is giving you is like they hold you and they embrace you like the son. And the only person, and I might be wrong, but the only person I see getting that kind of love, that kind of embrace from Grenada, right, is Stalpri.
Yeah, yeah. I would say, based on the outside looking in, it would look as though Talpri alone get a love as an artist and whatnot and thing. But I would think that Mr. Killer gets that love from Grenada as well.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say that. But on a more known market outside it, Talpri would be that guy.
Right.
Um, in regards to me, of course, all when I was in Trinidad growing up and whatnot and thing, I always felt a bit out of place. I ain't gonna
Really?
unholy, I always feel as though I was different. And when I came to Grenada, I felt the same way. I ain't gonna lie for you.
Really?
Yeah, I felt I was a bit out of place because I always say I'm the best of both worlds. And
Right.
I am really attached to both worlds because the style of music and where I was influenced to do music was in Trinidad, and that was through Blazer Dan and what other thing. And that was, me growing up. Whereas it didn't have nothing to really influence us until Blazer Dan really got through. And they realized, well, what? You can have a talent and get out of the ghetto and buy a car and, travel and all kind of thing, boy, like just like that. And I was always good at writing from ever since then. So,
Okay.
yeah, so I just explored soca music and I realized that like I'm really good at it. I was really shitty, but in my mind I was good. You know? In my mind I was good, because I
Right.
realized I was song and so on and thing. And yeah, so I migrated back to Grenada at age 18 to see my dad for the first time because I went to Trinidad at like 6 months old, right?
Wow.
My mom moved to Trinidad with me. And I grew up there. I did all my schooling in Trinidad, everything, started to learn music. I said more rap and thing first until I really move
But
over to
that's what I
soca.
wanted to ask you if soca was the first, if was your first
Nah,
go-to.
now I did like Eminem bad boy. Eminem and Nas. I did like Eminem and Nas bad. So it's the rap and thing, it's the rap.
Uh,
And then when Blazer got you, I kind of switch over to soca and see if I could sing soca music. And I realized, I actually had a style now. And I see
yeah.
what, and my style real different. So uh, as I said, I was shitty. I come Grenada thinking I would get you easy, and I realized I had to learn over mostly everything that I learned in Trinidad in regards to delivery and topics and so on. Because Grenada is a place more so is what you say than the music itself. They want to hear what you're saying. In Trinidad, you could hold people with melody and sweetness, and you don't have to say much. But in Grenada, if you don't have that topic going for you, and you don't saying something what could make somebody laugh or something that the topic just naturally hot. Once it's not just a topic that is just about rag or flag and thing that doesn't really work in Grenada. Very rare that you get through that. Here is a place
Really?
you have that topics. Yeah man, you have that topics, you have to come with them topics hot. You understand? And the storyline
Uh,
better. So I had to learn that now, boy. And that what made Blaka Dan because now I came with all the melodies from Trinidad and then I had to learn a way to deliver it to the Grenadian people and I pick up their culture in regards to seeing something in the music. However, I couldn't just say certain things and not be like really lyrical or really or be graphic in regards to perfection because I love professionalism in regards to my music and so on. So I
mhm.
still kept it very, very urban, I should say. Very
Okay.
urban in regards to all demographic can listen to this music and this style, you know, and I kept it really clean, and I give them the topics at the same time, and it built me an audience. Like, I ain't gonna have the multitude, I ain't gonna have the full, because even with Blessing, I didn't get the multitude of people. It's just a few, and that's all I needed, because I just sing for people who are willing to sit down and listen to music. I don't
Okay.
I don't really sing music for eventually. I don't really sing music for people who are looking for a quick fix,
Okay.
you know. But eventually, the people are looking for the quick fix just eventually catch on. But
Gravitate
sometimes,
to your music anyway.
yeah, but it does be real late. It does be real late, because the fact that I sit down and listen, it does take a more longer time for them. Them looking for the thing that's just saying something one time, and they just get a two joke thing, bam, bam, joke. When them get that, then take that and them go on it, and sometimes the season end up passing, and then they get to realize, what, Blaka Dan, they sing a good tune there, you know. You know, so, that is only unfortunate stance in regards to me releasing music and whatnot thing, because I even released Police Report and Police Report and God Never Fail for this year, and on my TikTok and my face, most of the people are giving me love is Trinidadians. Like, because Grenada is a different demographic of consumption in regards to soca music. Them is more jab now, boy. You know,
Even
so
the God would never fail, boy. Even that tune, boy.
and I playing. I could say it playing on the radio, but they don't have it, like how they have big tune here. If you go and listen what I have as a big tune, you will say, well, we're gonna, you know, you might say that, but you have to realize this Grenada culture. Their culture is that, you know. So I come to accept it, and I am okay with feeding the small group that are willing to listen, because that is the true fans. The true fans is the people that the small group that you have. That is what you really want. You know, it's all well and thing, but if you have a loud set, you doesn't really know where you stand. Sometimes you sing shoppiness and you believe you're doing good because you just have the multitude, you know. But when you have that small group, they're coming in your inbox and they're going and tell you personal stories, and they're coming and tell you how this affect them or how this thing, and that is what God Never Fail has done thus far. The amount of people voice note me crying and telling me that this song bring them to tears. I swear to God, God hear me. Bring them to tears and bring them and make them reflect on hard times and things, but God never fail them. And times when them feeling themselves, God holding them up. You understand? And somebody even went as far as to saying, boy, Blaka Dan putting God in soca and whatnot and thing, and somebody defend man say, but God is in everything.
Of
You
course,
understand?
man.
And the maker of soca music, Rashoti, sang a song called Watch Out My Children. There's a man with a name Sifa with a bag, and he's the creator of soca music. I understand. So it's we were just stray from, you know, thing to uplift people. But I stay in the course.
I
You know,
think
I
I
stay in the
think
course.
I think you're on a trend now, because really and truly, you know, when and you know how it stay in this industry. When you have a mega tune, right? A tune that dominate like how yours dominate, Blessings. I mean, and Blessings was a late bloomer, because
Yeah, that's Blaka Dan
Blessings
forever.
came out last year, right?
Yeah,
And
that's Blaka Dan forever.
I remember getting it. I told you I got it from Brown Sugar from
Yeah,
101.1 in Grenada, right? Because I have a show on there, and he gave me the song, and I was like, yo, this tune bad, man. And he said, yeah,
yeah.
man, this dude here, DLIFE, watch out, this dude here, this dude there thing. And I
Yours one
watch him,
nine,
and
yours one nine. Yours one nine. How this is now big tune.
yeah, and I was like, how come this tune in thing? And then, all right, I say, you know what? Miami is that place that is, you know what I mean, song that's kind of because of the multitude of how people just come from all over and come to Miami Carnival. Miami is one of them places. All right, if a tune is to bust through, is in Miami, it has bust through, right?
Yeah.
And I there and I waiting, and like we talk, I mean, Bouillon was lashing.
Yeah, boy. Take over the place. I tell you, I there and I watching, boy, and I can't even, like, I went and performing lyrical thing, and people watching me like that, boy. People watching me, people on the boy on my, I watch it and say, what? It's tough. But everywhere I go, I'm making sure I promote, you know, Steven brought me on the boat ride, because there are one or two people that just believed in the song, although it wasn't like that. They just believed in it now, boy. Our next one was Face in Elegant Song. Elegant Song. Yeah, he really and honestly believed in that song too. And them and them linked me early and they said, yo, that song going big. But it never happened that way. But I just continuously believed in the song, and I just I tell you, I traveling behind the song heavy. I traveling behind the song, but nothing really happening. But I say I did in the place, and I've been invited into places, and it was just the groundwork needed for me to understand. Having a big song is not enough.
Yeah,
you understand?
And I like your approach, because you wouldn't get much artists, especially artists that coming up now would be able to take the sacrifice. So I admire that about you now as well. That the fact that you're willing to make the sacrifice, you're invested in you, and in order to make it happen, man. You see what come and happen after that. I mean,
adventure lives here, where nature inspires every step.
Set sail and explore the wonders of our islands.
Feel the rhythm of our festivals.
Joyful, vibrant, and unforgettable.
Whether you seek adventure
or tranquility, St. Vincent and the Grenadines has it all.
The bass is dropping, the energy is rising, and Carnival City is about to come alive. On Thursday, July 31st, Carnival City will become one big party for Caribbean Melting Pot. Let's get it started. From Antigua, our future stars: Psycho, Soca Villain, Island Prince, Young Lyrics, G-Eve, Empress, Young Vice, and Kid Fresh, backed by the electrifying Caution Band. Feel the energy of our Soca diva, Claudette Peters.
You can't find me in a fat
while Tian Winter will be bringing the heat.
Welcome to Antigua.
The energetic Skinny Fabulous and Triple K. And for the first time in Antigua, Full Blown.
I in a good spirit.
And from Trinidad, it's the long-awaited return of the monk himself. Double M, Marshall Montano.
When my team touched down, everything get wild.
Limited general advance tickets are just $100. House of Vibes drinks inclusive advance tickets are $350. More at the gate. Tickets on sale now on the ticketing app. More information coming soon.
I love soca
with energy.
Tune in every Saturday from 2 p.m. till 6 p.m.
with DJ DLIFE and Iron Voice.
They got the music.
Your show is the best soca show I've ever listened to.
Best selector of the century. DLIFE.
The energy.
That's a big man. Baby love, come on, we are going. Hey, my girl, we are going, so.
That's kind of like an aggressive beg, though.
At Jamaica.
And the joke.
You should have there very early.
We need to just share from 2 o'clock.
As a matter of fact, play your commercial.
No,
Play your commercial.
Live on Soundchat Radio.
And syndicated on Synergy TV.
Every Saturday, 2 to 6 p.m.
The most entertaining show on your Saturday.
There's a grace period of 2.5 years old.
What?
Where baby father supposed to go there and everything good.
Even if they're not together.
Listen to me, man. A baby father.
DJ DLIFE.
And Iron Voice.
Double trouble, we say.
New York Carnival, aka Reactor, is celebrating 58 years. Join us August the 28th through September the 1st for New York Carnival Week in New York City.
I come from when Brown used to carry it.
With over 20 adult bands, over 30 junior bands, New York Carnival Week is something you cannot miss. The Mecca of Carnival, New York Carnival, kicking off August the 28th through September the 1st. We love New York Carnival. Remember to log on to the website, weatcarnival.org. Follow us on Instagram at New York Carnival. Experience the Mecca of New York Carnival. The Caribbean melting pot.
Look something to talk about.
August the 28th through September the 1st. Carnival Week in New York City. Join us for Culture Fest concerts, Panorama, and much, much more. New York Carnival, Junior Parade of Bands, and the 58th Annual West Indian Carnival Day Parade on Eastern Parkway. Join us for Viva La Carnival, the celebration. You see what come and happen after that? I mean, let me ask you this now, Black. when in Trinidad, when was that precise moment in Trinidad when you know, yeah, boy,
I get you.
mature it?
So that would be experience, boy. When I walk out on a stage in experience, and I hear that crowd, and I say, "Bamba da boy," boy, that's the most noise I ever hear in my entire life. Other than after Stink and Dirty and thing
Right.
was weird, it was up. But the first event that I walked into and I realized, well, Blaka Dan, you get you, you get you, was the experience. But before that, I went to Trinidad. I spent money. I went to Trinidad. I just say I go and do a couple interviews. And Giselle linked me on Instagram, and she said this song really playing in Trinidad and the playing it and things. She says, when you coming? I say I come in there next week. I say I come in next week. She say I come in. She say how going on? She say who stations you have? I tell she the list of the stations I don't link up with already. And she say, you know what, I'll get more stations and thing for you. And then after she linked me back and she say, it had this event called Runaway that's happening the week that you're here. She say, you willing to run on? I say, how you mean are you willing to run on? You understand? And she say, well, all right, she'll make it happen for me. And this woman don't know me from nowhere. She just like this song because the song was playing in Trinidad, but it wasn't a big song now. It was playing on the radio. A lot of songs was playing on the radio in Trinidad that doesn't really end up at the end of the season. But in the beginning of the season, the songs start to play. So
play real tune. Real tuners get play.
Yeah. So it's up to you now to really know what your song have to really be on the ground and doing the groundwork. And that is advice to anybody listening right now. You're doing music. And once you have a song, somebody call you and tell you you're going on your song playing in Trinidad, then find yourself down there immediately. Find yourself in Trinidad and go on a station, ask somebody, try to make some form of link to go behind your song because it will not fade away if you're not behind it. Right? So that is more like a piece of advice. Back to the story. So as I go down now and I say, well, I willing to run on. And that was when I was first introduced to DJ Watty. He never heard the song yet. She asked him to play for me. I tell him okay, I give him a loop to play for me to be able to talk at the song now. A beat that have the instruments. I tell him just had a loop playing. When I tell hello, had a loop running so I could talk and thing. And I go down and I explain the song and I tell her, she said, make sure I could perform an artist. Don't come and make my shame. I say, how you see? I say, are you coming to the place? I say, I could tell you that. But when I leave there, everybody going and search for blessing. You understand? And that is November. November. I did in Trinidad. And I go on that stage, brother. When I left that stage, everybody was round the floor. I never see some people clap for soca artists when they leave the stage yet.
Wow.
People round of applause.
Wow.
Because bro, I just break this song. I don't jump up and wild up. I just say, some people when they leave, they feel you're down and out. But sometimes is when they leave, you get a raise. You find somebody better. Sometimes you get to self-reflect. And then I just give some advice and and then after I just sing the song with the loop running, real low and easy. See my ex with a new man, feel like she new brand. We inside that session, bro. I tell you, when I left that stage, everybody was up in arms, round of applause. Right? I get my first booking that day for Soca in Mocha, January the 5th. The promoter of said event, Runaway, he wasn't there when I performed, but when he came, everybody was talking about it. But this fella that come from Grenada, and I opened the event. When they call an artist, they call the guy from Grenada first. Nobody know me. You understand? And I run up on a stage and I deliver this song and I come back and he booked me for my first event. I came up Grenada and I book a flight and I go back down for Soca in Mocha.
Soca in Mocha, New Year's Day, yeah, man.
When I finished Soca in Mocha, I swear to you when I tell you, you can ask Giselle this behind my back. Promoters was lined up backstage to book me.
Wow.
Line up.
Wow. That's what we talk about.
Line up. And I thank God that, all the struggle and thing that I face and I go through, it built me into the artist that I am today because I'm resilient and are stubborn in heading for greatness. nothing can sidetrack me or make me believe as though I know it, because
Yeah.
I don't have something to offer to the industry that probably avoid is there, and I am here as one of the pillar stones for soca music to drive it to where I think it needs to be, and that is for it to be recognized on the world stage as a genre, because we're yet to be recognized. They're still calling us reggae.
Mm-hmm.
They're still calling
Yep.
us reggae on iTunes and all these things and them. Soca need to stand alone.
And
You
it
understand? And
really, but I can attest it came a long way, because back when I was on Hot 97, and if you know Hot 97 here in New York here is the major urban station, and I was on Hot 97 for what it was 14 years. And I used to be known to play soca
wow,
on my show. And when I tell you it was an uphill battle then, it was an uphill battle, because the executives and the quote unquote program directors, all they know was reggae and dancehall. They and then the one Kevin
wow,
Little. And the one Kevin Little, they turned me
wow,
on, and the rupee tempted to touch Kim later on. Right? So that is all they know. So when I go on there now, when I
yeah,
playing tune, you know what I mean? Playing tune, and the phone lines now lighting up, because West Indians calling in, people thinking
yeah,
them in seeing that, them in
yeah,
understanding that. So come, my show used to be on Sundays. Come
wow,
Monday, brother, is my phone ringing? You did X, Y, and Z, and you need to stick to the format. And I trying to explain. I said it boiled down to when I turned around and I said, all you need to come out to a Caribbean event, and all you go see what I'm talking about. I ain't mad. All
yeah,
you need to come out to a event. And long story short, we used to do Hot 97 used to do on the reggae tip concert every Labor Day Friday. That name changed to on the reggae tip concert to on the reggae and soca tip concert. That is how the movement with
wow,
soca made that turn,
wow,
right? Here in the
wow,
US. So it is
wow,
a testament to I really proud now, especially with artists like yourself now who putting in the work there and putting out music, that what I mean. The only thing we missing here in New York here is a station that fully deals with Caribbean events and Caribbean things, because I mean we don't have that.
urban station. Mm-hmm.
Huh? Yeah, we need that,
A
because
urban
all we
station.
have, yeah, we need an urban station that is ours. You understand? Because we have,
Yeah,
yes, you have the
yeah,
satellite radio with Shaggy's Yard, and because I am on Sirius XM, I am on Shaggy's Yard. Yes, we have that, but not everybody have access to satellite radio, right? So
mm-hmm.
you have them aspects of it where we need that. But long story short, man, I am so proud to see where soca going, and thanks to people like you and what you guys doing, man. It's really a testament, man. But let me get back to the nitty gritty of the thing here
Wow,
now. Your
mad.
performance from Ultimate Soca Champion. Did you get a chance to watch it? Did you see it?
I feel I run up the views on that. I feel me alone now watching now, boy.
All right, so I'm gonna play this for you. I'm gonna play this for you here. Like I want you to watch this here, and then I want you to give me your piece on it. I'm gonna play this here.
Still a love for the actual music of soca, like the groovy side of it, and it's my love, my passion. And I came from Trinidad to Grenada, right? So I just wanted to bring that aspect to them. I realized that there was actually a way out, and your talent could get you to any way you want to be in life, So any tragedy you may face in life, you may deem a tragedy now, but on the other side, you may turn back and say it was a lucky thing I went through this thing, because look where I'm at now. It's basically anything you may face. You would have probably lost a job, lost a friend that you thought you couldn't do without, and then it turned out to be that that was the best thing that could happen to you. At the time, you're like, how you would move on from the situation, and it's a whole, because I've personally gotten messages that from people saying that when they hear the song, it brings them to situations, not just relationships. So the subliminal is there, that a blessing is not one-dimensional, come in different shape, forms, and music.
All the way from the Spice Isle, representing the sweet, sweet island of Grenada. No stranger to the stage. Tonight, he comes to sing his hit, Blessings. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls from all over the world, make some noise for Blaka Dan!
As for me, I had this one girlfriend. That was my ride or die. I never thought I could live without her. But when she locked me off, I thought it was a tragedy. But boy, it was the biggest blessing ever.
Well, for me in 2023, I would have lost my job at the end of the year, and that in itself was a real tragedy. But in coming out of 2023 into 2024, I would have gotten the opportunity to become the CEO of DLIFE Life, and that in itself was an amazing blessing. And ever since then, I've always been thankful.
Listen to me, ever since that man gone, my skin started to clear up. Look, Bobo used to get Bobo chucky back on my skin. Look at it now. I had a rotten toenail. You know my toenail started to grow back. Ever since I get rid of that heavy spirits, boy, it's a blessing. It's a blessing.
The day you leave me, the day you leave. When you hurt me and went away, what I thought was a tragedy. Blessing. The day you leave was a blessing. A blessing. I'm feeling so blessed. Oh yes. When you leave was a blessing. A blessing. Hands up, hands up, hands up high. There you go. Like I never, baby. Hands up high. I'm winding low. I'm glad you go. And I don't want you no more. Somebody take a new man. Feel like she new man. We inside a session. Party cake in a van. She put up shit to one. Winding back on it. You think I give a damn? You're mad. The day you leave me. Voices. When you hurt me and went away, oh, what I thought was a tragedy. Hey, the day you up and leave was a blessing. I'm feeling so blessed, oh yes. When you leave was a blessing. I'm hands up on, I'm winding low. Now there you go, like I never have, baby. Hands up on. Winding low, glad you go. Walk out the gate, all of the good you create. Like I start to elevate, walk out the gate, and no debate. Life gets straight and great like you was doing. So glad. Ultimate Soca Champion. I want to hear voices. The day you leave me, the day you leave, you leave. I started to see my way. When you hurt me and went away. Oh, what I thought was a tragedy. Blessing. Hey, the day you up and leave was a blessing. A blessing. I'm feeling so blessed. Oh yes. Cause when you leave was a blessing. Lord, how did you hear that? And my hands up. Hands up high. Alright. Winding low. Glad you go. Glad you go. Like I never have, baby. Hands up. Hands up high. I'm winding. Winding low. Glad you go. Glad you go. Soca Champion. Blessing is not one-dimensional. Sometimes we focus on the tragedies and we fail to see the blessing in our islands. Can I showcase some cultural blessings? Right here in Trinidad and Tobago and Grenada. Is that okay? Showcase some blessing. Bring on the blessing. Bring on the blessing. Bring on the blessing. Bring on the blessing. Cultural blessing. Hey, hey, hey. Blessing. Hey. The day you up and leave us. Blessing. A blessing. I'm feeling so blessed. Oh yes. When you leave was a blessing. What? I'm not handsome. Oh, why then? Nadia, like carnival, baby. My hands up. Oh, why then? You think I done? I have more blessings. You think I done? I have more blessings. National blessings. National blessings. Somebody bring on this still fire. What's up, blessing? Hey, did they help our livers? Blessing. I'm blessed. I'm feeling so blessed. Oh yes. Cause when you leave, what's up? I'm blessed. Hey, and my hands up. Hands up high. All right. I'm not here. Like I never have been. My hands up. Hands up high. All right. Why you know? Tragedy. Blessed. Tragedy. Blessed. I was born in Grenada. Growing enterprise. Right in Shabonas, I could have turned out man. But when I see Blazer, get through with his soca, I see a better part. Thank God. Tell them to leave me. Tell them to leave. Tell them why. I started to see my way. Put up your right hand. Tell them give me $1 million. What they thought was a tragedy. What's a blessing? The day your body was a blessing. A blessing. I'm feeling so blessed, oh yes. Cause when you leave us, I'm blessed, and my hands up high. I'm whining low. I'm glad you go. Like I never have been. My hands up high. I'm whining low. I'm glad you go. And I don't want you no
Mad. Brother. You know when you're watching something, I watched it before, but now that I'm paying attention to it with you actually there, and I'm watching your reaction too, but I actually pay attention to the words, no more than anything else. First thing is first, how hard it was to get Rode. In the beginning, because you see, when it starts off, I was like, okay, nice, true stories, real stories. And then this dude pop up on the screen where
yeah, man. It's show business, and it's show business. You have to understand what is shock value and what is, you have to play on people's emotions, and you have to, and you have to have a production in place. It's important to have a production in place and know exactly what you're going to do. Anything shouldn't be by guess. That is why I operate the way I do. I hardly guess anything. I find like preparation, like, is the key to everything. Is the key to success. You have to prepare for it. You see, if I wasn't prepared for where I'm at now, I wouldn't be inspired to even write music, because you ain't prepared for success. You ain't hire ducks in a row now, boy. So you have to be very good to navigate without a plan.
Yeah, true.
So everything was thought out, and as I said earlier, I just happened to have the right people in my corner that could have brought my ideas to reality and to make it happen the way how we thought it through,
No, man. I mean, and I commend you guys on that, because I'm watching everything from when you say the cultural blessing and you bring up the Moko Jumbies and the carnival costumes and the job and everything. And then when you add the steel pan, that I wasn't expecting. I was just like, yeah, man. I mean, you actually see, and I could be wrong, but I see when the judges already make the decision. You see when the judges take out the phone?
Yeah. A lot of things people didn't even see. First, the production was tight. They didn't even realize I started with a choir and ended up with dancers, and nobody saw the transition of how the choir came off stage and it turned into dancers dancing all in one. Because I started off with a choir, right? I walked through a choir, and the choir literally disappeared off the stage when the dancers, the same dancers in white came on, and nobody saw that transition. Everybody was like, "Where the choir go?" You understand?
Even
Yeah,
watching
yeah,
it
yeah,
now, you just notice the going, but you ain't
yeah,
realize when they come off.
yeah, 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 yeah.
You
It
know
was
what
a
I mean?
tight production, and watching the likes of Marshall and them for years, you go understand that here going on. Production is key, and this is what has he at the top of the industry because this is a production person, So when
Right.
you see at the tip top, you have to try and understand why they're there, and you have to take notes, you have to take notes, and if you're willing to just go the same way and not try to evolve and have things in place, your thing will look lily, you know.
Yep. I mean,
Yeah.
that is my next question to you too now. I mean, who do you look up to? Well, you don't say it Marshall already, but who else in the soca realm that you basically,
Right now,
yeah.
well, I would say at the tip of the top is voice.
Wow,
Uh,
okay.
yeah, voice and Marshall, like them at the tip of the top for me. Kess, tip of the top for me because this is production person. I really like Michael Teja as well because he does put on a proper set and he does really, and I love how he does engage with his audience, and
Mhm.
he's an emotional person as well in regards to telling people things that they really need to hear, because remember when people spend the money and they come to an event, you have to uplift these people. You understand?
Yeah.
You have to let them feel that essence of revelry and that letting go. And I feel he embodies that in each of his performances for me. Um yeah, so I like I love GBM catalog. I think he slept on, you know.
Mhm.
I think his catalog is amazing.
No,
you know?
GBM is a
Yeah.
talented individual, man.
Yeah,
GBM,
yeah,
and
yeah,
you would figure for the amount of tunes and the amount of hits that he have, why
yeah,
he ain't further, but you
yeah,
realize it's how the industry is. It's
yeah,
weird
yeah,
with it.
yeah, yeah,
It
yeah.
just, yeah,
About serious catalog to Ding Dong, that people even
yep,
realize the real tune, you know.
yep.
So it's just like that way it is for me right now. For me, it's trying to build a catalog and trying to build something of substance. I realize the type of music I sing, and it takes a little more time to really for people to really understand what I'm doing, because I ain't coming and sing the everyday thing. Like police report. If you listen police report, here is a story where I basically reporting a girl to the police in a party, that's creative. And I stick to the topic throughout the thing. I say she have a bazooka, and she, like it's just everything that's criminal. Everything that's criminal, I stick it inside it to stick to the point of very good storytelling. And that is just my
Well, hold on.
my,
Well,
where I get into.
get your body tune, and we ain't have it here. I have it right here.
Yeah, mad,
The
mad,
tune
mad.
right here.
Good vibes, good vibes.
Listen to it, people. Brand new
Bambadam boy, bidim bambadam eh. Bambadam oh Lord. Hello, Mr. Officer, calling to report a matter. This girl in the party arena seems she don't have no behavior. When the young girl whine and bend over, she mash up the place with the bumper. It's a scene when she roll in the thunder. That must mean danger. Gather the forces, gather the forces. Bring everything and no sleep. Gather the forces. I want you gather the forces now. Gather the forces. Cause every time the bumper turn wrong, and I think that he done, the wine can't done. Tell them I shot the place with the waste. That wine they can't legal. Wine can't done. You must catch a case cause the pace you have the too lethal. Wine can't done. When you think that it over, she come with a sequel. Wine can't done. And we in the back and
Tough.
The tune. The tune, people, brand Blaka Dan, right? It's called Police Report. We ain't even talking about we ain't even talking. Oh, jeez. Brother, you had tune.
Yeah, man, it's a good vibe. It's a good vibe.
It's a good, now, when people talk about artists after they having letting go such a mega hit like Blessings, right? They say, and in any genre, it does be hard to follow because the expectation, right? The expectation is there. The people want something, even if as good or even better, right? What kind of pressure that was for you? Because, all right, if you had released this last year, Police Report, right? Let me say you had released Police Report last year, and then you come this year with Blessings.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah. I would say I doesn't put that pressure on myself. I just want to do good music. I want to have a storyline. Once I stick to the storyline, once the music is sung good, once it has a nice melody, because you never know you never really know what's gonna be a hit, to tell you the truth. You never really know, because when you write this song, because I had Blessing a year prior and I never sing it because I know it's gonna be a hit. I said all I know, it was a good storyline, it was a good melody, and it was a good song. So what it is to me, what's important to me more than just creating hits or whatnot and thing, being that there isn't something we have no control over. Sometimes we think something gonna be a hit and it's actually not. It's just doing good music. Just stick to do this, produce this good, write this good, and release it. You understand? And get behind it, promote it. You understand? If it isn't what the last one was, then you know you put your best effort into it. You know that you didn't release anything that was under par, meaning that in regards to the quality, in regards to the writing, once you listen to it and you could tell yourself, here going on, this is excellent. In regards to the story, you stick to the storyline, it has good melodies and all these things. That in itself to me is enough, you know, because if you're really trying to create hits, you know, you would have to, you can write it, you can write everything. You understand? Because you know, and sometimes you take songs from people and it still don't turn out to be a hit, you know. So it's just a matter of just sticking to good music, brother, and write music from your heart, write it good to the best of your ability. Make sure you invest in proper engineering, meaning mixing, invest in mastering of the songs, make sure that somebody play it on a big set, it's gonna be clean, it's gonna be the quality, gonna be top tier. And you know, you just put your best foot forward and you put your efforts and just never stop. That's the main thing. Never stop.
Never stop. Never stop,
Yeah.
for real. Now,
Never stop.
are you going to be competing? I know I'm putting this question to you now. Would you be participating in Grenada Soca Monarch? Will you train your hat in the ring?
Which part in Grenada?
In Grenada, yeah.
Nah, so as you know right now, I do nothing for the kids. You know, I do not kids groovy monarch. So I more focus on that, and then I tour in so much every weekend I out. You know, I really can't at this point commit to the Soca Monarch in Grenada, being that so. And the next thing is you know I want to give somebody else opportunity instead of coming and take a spot. You know. Whereas I already outside, you know.
Right.
So yeah, I look at it from that point, and you know, at where I think I'm able to teach right now. So that's what I'm more focusing on.
Now, the kids Soca Monarch that you're focusing on, tell us a little something about it. What it is about.
Yeah, so it's called Youth and Groovy. It's where kids 11 to 18, you know, get an opportunity to come on the stage and showcase the talent. We had a preliminary round where we selected. The intention was to select 12, but we end up selecting 15. You know, they were so talented, and you know, we helping them write songs. We are allotting writers to them, also producers to produce the songs, and we're gonna put it out on radio and have a segment called Youth and Groovy segment on radio and so on and things. So these songs could play. You know, I myself single-handedly went to all the schools and, do the recruiting process of all the kids to come to the auditions and so on. So, so it's something we're trying to inject into the schools whereas groovy music is concerned, because if you understand Grenadian Dan culture, it really doesn't gear towards groovy music, So me being knowing firsthand that groovy music, it has done for me and many other artists, especially like when I travel and so on and thing, the touring music and the music that seems to have the longevity seems to be the groovy music. I know I don't want to argue that, but in my perspective, the groovy music seems to have the more longevity. It seems to be the more productive source of income music. You seem to be toying longer with it, and I would argue that the faster set pace music is just more for, as I said earlier, a quick fix. You get that and you thing, but then
It is seasonal. It's
yeah,
seasonal.
yeah,
And it goes specifically for the carnivals or for the
yeah,
festival arena or stuff like that. But when outside of that, day to day is
yeah,
the groovy. Not
yeah,
saying that
yeah.
that people wouldn't listen to the fast music, but it there hasn't been, and I'm gonna go on record as saying this, there hasn't been a fast soca that have had the impact since Jump and Palance. I would say them two together.
Yeah, balance. I think family have some life too. Family,
Family,
le.
yeah, but in
Yeah,
terms of, and I'm not talking local. I'm not talking
yeah, yeah,
local. I'm
yeah, yeah,
talking
yeah, yeah,
nation,
yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
All
Balance,
family, exactly.
balance and jump. You're right, you're right. Balance
Yeah,
and jump.
Palance and Jump. I mean, you was
But
hearing Jump at
hold
NBA
on, but
game.
long time. That Destra with I think with Marshall.
Carnival with Marshall. Carnival.
Carnival, yeah, that lasts long, boy.
That
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 lasts
lasts
long.
long too. But
Yeah.
again, when you talk about international, when you
Mm-hmm.
talk about although it's carnival, again, it's carnival used to come into play at festivals or at carnival events or at fetes. When you're talking NBA games, it has ever been two songs that really hit
For
on that mark.
pop,
Yeah,
but we can countless groovy songs
yeah.
from ever since, Yeah, groovy.
Ever since, man. I mean, from Turn Me On to
Yeah,
Nookie to
yeah,
even the
yeah.
classics, Pump Me Up and all that, which resurged when the
Yeah.
groovy started to thing like Edwin Yearwood, I mean,
Hot,
groovy
hot, hot.
has,
I
yeah,
feeling hot.
man,
Yeah, all
yeah,
these songs.
all them
Yeah.
songs that them. So you're on the right track, and talking about the right track, you're gonna be in Antigua for the first time for the carnival. All right,
First
you're
time
coming
by
for the breakfast fete. Yeah, I
man.
mean, yeah,
Yeah, what
I
about
can't wait.
by
Yeah, boy, I
but
can't wait for that. I just want to play this for the folks right now, folks. He will be there at 268 breakfast fete. Hold on.
Bambadamoy. Bambadamoy, Lord. 3rd of August. It's all about the 268 Breakfast Fete. Yours truly, Blaka Dan. It will be my first time in Antigua. I can't wait to come and perform for you guys. It's gonna be vibes, it's gonna be energy, and it's gonna be a blessing. Antigua, see you on the 3rd of August. Make sure you get your tickets early. It's gonna be a Breakfast Fete, boy. Man.
I'm feeling so blessed, oh yes. When you leave us a blessing, a blessing. My hands up high, I'm winding low. I'm glad you go. I don't want to know. Walk out the gate, all of the good you great. Like I start to live it. Walk out the gate, and no debate. Life gets straight and great like you was doing. So glad I.
All the people, listen to me. August the 3rd, that 268 breakfast fete, he will be there. Guaranteed. There's not no false advertising. He will be in Antigua for the first time, and we're gonna show him a good time. We're gonna show him a good time.
Good
All right. Antigua, get ready for
vibes.
that. Now, Blaka, I know time is at the essence here, but I wanna real quick on your new song. Give me
Yeah, man, yeah, man.
Give me the backstory on it. Who produced it? And
Yeah, so a situation came up, whereas I didn't feel like if I handled it the best way how I should have. I feel like if I let anger get the best of me, and I handle the situation
so
wrong,
there's a true story. This song is a true reflection.
Yeah, true story, boy. And
Not
then
like not like blessings, right?
Blessing comes as well. I like to sing from the core, boy. I like to sing from the core,
Okay.
Yes. So it was a situation whereas I feel I could handle better, and I don't think I was wrong in the initiation of the issue. I wasn't wrong in the initiation, but how I handled it was wrong, and a lot of people like came after me and so on and things, and like the kind of things that I had to say about me, I started to watch it from a perspective as though I realized that people started to wish bad on me, and one song I go have and all kind of thing, and I get to realize that the being that made me isn't as hard on me as the imperfection he made other than myself. You understand? Like, because none of we perfect now, boy. And my maker not hard on me like that. And I get to realize that through it all, me acknowledging where I was wrong and so on. And I realized that people started like casting certain words on my one or thing. I realized I had to protect myself, and I had to guard, and I is a worshiper, because I is the man go talk to God as a friend. I ain't go on my knees and go on my knees, and I is not a prayer like that. I is more like a worshiper. I go talk to God, and I go put my thoughts in music and song and thing, and and connect to the Most High in that way. And I just needed to protect myself, and and thank God that even when I'm feeling like he always show my way through, and he always lift me up and never let me fall, and when I put out a song from my heart, and the amount of people I was able to identify with that song, to really reflect with the said song that I brought from my heart in regards to a situation that I had to deal with, and people saying certain words on me and whatnot and thing, and I had to protect myself with regards to saying, Lord, whatever they're saying, don't even send it back to them. You understand? Because them can't handle that. You understand? Don't even send it back to them, because like, just rebuke it and just renounce it and leave it right there. I don't even want it to go back to them.
Wow.
And yeah, so if you listen to the second verse, that is exactly what I say in the second verse. Like I say, what they
we go premiere it right here, right now.
Yeah. So it's a song from my heart, and so much people are able to identify this, and I thank God that I am able to.
Oh Lord, oh Father, bless this soul. They want me down in a hole. Rebuke and renounce every word against me in this cruel world. Thanking you for the peace, Father. Father, oh, you keep my mind at ease, Father. Father, oh, if I keeping it real, Father. Father, oh, sometimes I feel to give in, Father. Father, oh, how come when I feel it, you never feel me, yeah. How come when I feel it, you're holding me up instead. Look me hands high up there, up there, up there, raising it high up there, up there, up there. You make me fly up there, up there, up there. You is amazing. What they wish for me, don't send it back, cause what they wish on me, them can't handle that. I pray you make them perfect, like they pretend to be. And Father, don't judge them like they do me. Thank you for the peace, Father. Father, oh, you keep my mind at ease, Father. Father, oh, if I keeping it real, Father. Father, oh, sometimes I feel to give in, boy. How come when I feel it, you never feel me yet? How come when I feel it, you're holding me up instead? Look me hands high up there, up there, up there, raising it high up there, up there, up there. You make me fly up there, up there, up there. You is amazing. Thank you for the peace, Father. Father, boy, you keep my mind at ease, Father. Father, boy, if I keeping it real, Father. Father, boy, sometime I feel to give in, Father. Father, boy, how come when I feel it, you never feel me yet? How come when I feel it, you're holding me up instead? Look me hands high up there, up there, up there, raising it high up there, up there, up there. You make me fly up there, up there, up there. You is amazing.
Brother, that one there. I mean, listen, the political song,
Yeah.
but that one there, yeah, that one there, it connected, boy.
Yeah.
It connected, like we were saying in the Caribbean, it lashing. That one lashing.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people love it, boy. A lot of people listen.
Yeah,
It's
man.
ringing out the tune. It's ringing out on there already, boy.
Yeah,
It's
man. The
ringing.
tune.
Yeah. So it's
I'm
like
really happy for you, man. I'm really happy for you, man. And
good
before
vibes.
we go, because I know time is of the essence too. Tell us about the event that you're behind, which is the Groovy in White, which is your signature event that you're starting to get the wheels turning on. Tell us a little something about that, and when is the first one and everything. What's the
Yeah.
deal behind that?
So Groovy White. Groovy White is a event where I am from ever since I started. I realized that Blaka Dan have connected to both young and old. You understand? And from ever since I started singing a song named $3 Bread. You understand? And it was a groovy song, and the young and the old love that music. Like children will call me like the adults, the older folks, because it's good composition for one, and it was catchy. And then
Send
I
me
sing
that.
Holy With.
Send me that
Yeah,
song,
man.
that $3 bread. Send me that.
I said it. It's real, man. And then after sing Holy With Jamming, which I won I won Groovy Monarch within Grenada. That was my second year, and old and young again. And ever since I started doing this style of music, I realized that I gravitate to both generations, young and old. And I see I is a old man in a young boy body. you know? So I decided like how being that Groovy is my signature, and I'm doing this kids event for the kids and so on. I said if I had to do my own event, my own show, I would need to cater to both generations as well. I'd say even two generations, the young, the old, and the older. They're like, if you're sick, because people 60 and 70 want to go somewhere too, You
Right,
understand?
of
They want to go
Hey.
and enjoy themselves sometimes. So now I decided that I would do this event called Groovy White, whereas I would make it a staple event that only groovy music would be played that night. Like it would be a night, a celebration of groovy music. It starts at 8, it finishes at 2. The Grenada leg of this event would be on July 19th at Radisson's car park. It's a big car park, and the decor it's amazing already. Like based on what I've seen and the plan that is going into Groovy White, it's already amazing. It's the white edition this year, and we definitely have international acts coming in, groovy acts at that, and we have a collection of over 11 local artists which only doing groovy selections. Like even if you see an artist that are known for power songs, but they do groovy as well, all they would be singing that night is the groovy selections, right?
Wow.
It's so it's way from the early, we started with all the old school groovy music, the tiny, like, it's gonna be something enjoyable, and we relying heavily on the DJs. So we have set things in place as to whereas we give them specific years to play based on their set. We don't want nobody coming early and playing all the hits of this year and whatnot. Thing we give you a guideline as to what we're looking for with regards to the enjoyment. Yeah. So DJ don't just walking in and just playing what I want with or like I want another thing. That is not that type of event. And
What is the date again? What is the date for it?
July 19th. July 19th.
July
Yeah.
19th in Grenada.
Yeah, in Grenada. It starts at 8, finish at 2. So far, we have confirmed internationally. We have Kutin, we have College Boy Jesse, and we have Ding Dong. We in talks still with GBM and Michael Tisha.
Ladies and gentlemen, Blaka Dan, my brother, thank you so much for taking the time out. I mean, we gonna talk again, all right? Because I mean, you're tune and you're laying good tune, and he's a household name now. You are the ultimate Soca champion.
I have a fasting coming, man. I have a fasting coming. I honestly, yeah.
That is what my last question I was coming with here, with all the groovy talk, and you coming from Grenada and you being Grenadian. If you have something lined up in the power thing for the carnival coming up.
The road match, boy. I going for the road match hard. I going for the road match hard. I tell you, I'm going for it real well. No, and the tune big. The tune big, I promise you that. The tune big. You know, it's big.
Well,
Yeah,
all I'm
big.
asking is as soon as you finish, just
Send it
send
here.
it.
One time. I'll link it in. Of course.
Just send it. No.
This is the longest interview I've ever done, and I have to admit I had so much fun with it. I didn't even realize the time gone. Bamba dam boy! Yo, this is Blaka Dan, and you're watching Fusion with DLIFE on Synergy. Enough love and energy. What you mean?
Bamba dam boy, Lord. See my ex with a new man, feel like she new burn. We inside the session, party kicking up bad. She put up, she 2-1, winding back on the man. You think I gave a damn? You're mad. The day you leave me, the day you leave, I started to see my way. When you hurt me and went away, what I thought was a tragedy was a blessing. The day you up and leave was a blessing. A blessing. I'm feeling so blessed. Oh yes, when you leave was a blessing. A blessing. My hands up high, I'm winding low. I'm glad you go, like I never happy before. My hands up high, I'm winding low. I'm glad you go, and I don't want you no more. Walk out the gate, all of the good you create. Like I start to elevate. Walk out the gate, and no debate. Life gets straight and great like you was the way. So glad I procrastinate. Look on my right hand, amputate. I remember the date, not cause I hate. Guess I stated, not lot to state. The day you leave me, the day you leave, I started to see my way. When you hurt me and went away, what I thought was a tragedy was a blessing. The day you up and leave was a blessing. A blessing. I'm feeling so blessed. Oh yes, when you leave was a blessing. A blessing. My hands up high, I'm winding low. I'm glad you go, like I never happy before. My hands up high, I'm winding low. I'm glad you go, I don't want you no more. Oh no, I don't want you no more. And I'm so glad that you're gone, girl. I'm so glad that you go. I want you to know what's a blessing. The day you up and leave was a blessing. A blessing. I'm feeling so blessed. Oh yes, when you leave was a blessing. A blessing.